Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we'll recap the sci-fi thriller film Level 16, released in the year 2018. In a confined and windowless place, several young girls live amongst themselves. Two best friends, Vivian and Sophia, are talking about the first thing they'll do in their new home once they get adopted. They both decide to look at the moon together. Vivian says they would do it together out of love. When a signal beep was heard, it was their cue to line up. Currently, they are at level 10. A camera monitors them as they finish their routine to ensure they're doing it correctly during their allotted time. Sophia accidentally drops her jar of facial cream, but couldn't find it due to her bad eyesight. It was Vivian's turn, but she leaves and helps her get the jar back, which caused her to exceed the time limit imposed.
In a hurry, she ran back to the sink to wash her face and show it to the camera. She continuously yells that she is clean and begs Sophia and the others to help her. However, the rest of the girls ignore her and face the wall as two security guards drag her away for her punishment. Years later, it is shown that the girls have grown into beautiful teenagers, and they are now at level 15. From the outside, this looks like a regular boarding school for teenage girls. In fact, it isn't, due to the tight security and cameras everywhere, which monitor the girls 24/7. A routine was imposed on them at a young age to maintain their physical health. They were taught that being clean increased their chances of being adopted, and maintaining feminine virtues was equally critical. They are also taught to live by 7 virtues, like obedience and cleanliness, and also avoid 7 vices, like curiosity and anger, as doing so makes them unclean. Vivian became strict and cold. She is only focused on following the rules. During an assembly, Miss Brixel, their headmistress, informs them that they will move to the final level, level 16. Vivian and 2 of her peers were moved to Rose Hall, while the others were in a different hall. This is where Vivian reunites with Sophia for the first time since their last encounter. Vivian just gives her a cold glare and announces that she is the top girl in their hall. In the next assembly, Ms. Brixel distributes a congratulatory gift, a white dress with their name on it. While others are happy, Sophia is disturbed by this gesture. Sophia then came to Vivian and told her to not take the vitamins during meal break. Despite her hesitation, Vivian spits it out and flushes it down the toilet. She was scared, because vitamins are meant to keep them healthy. However, Sophia tells her that the pills keep them asleep. She adds that when the door opens, she has to pretend that she's asleep, as if she had taken the pill. When Ms. Brixel and 2 guards entered their room, both of them feigned deep sleep. Vivian and another girl, Olivia, were carried into a fancy lounge. Alex, one of the guards, was touching Vivian in a suggestive manner. In that lounge, they're showcased and marketed by Ms. Brixel to an elderly couple. Olivia was chosen, while Vivian was carried back to the room. Back in the room, Vivian expressed her dismay upon discovering that their sponsors were not there to adopt them, but to purchase them. Sophia tells her with great urgency that they have to escape while the locks are disabled, but Vivian was scared. They weren't able to continue with their plans as the guards came back, and this time it was Sophie who was carried outside. After they left, Vivian steps out into the hall, despite the cameras. She discovers she needs a key card to truly escape. On her way back to the dormitory, she hides to avoid Ms. Brixel, who was talking to someone on the phone. She expresses her concern about Alex, the guard, and believes he should not be left unsupervised with the girls. Vivian hurriedly comes back and starts to pretend. The next day, the girls meet Dr. Miro for a vaccine for the fever outbreak. Vivian gets drawn to Dr. Miro. During the film night, she gets bored while others recite lines they have memorized from watching the same movie for years. Later, Vivian and Sophia discuss and try to plot an escape plan, but couldn't agree on the same thing. In the morning, Vivian goes to Dr. Miro to talk casually with him and open up about watching the same films over and over again. He assures her that he will do something about it. During meal break, Veronica had a seizure over the vaccine they received. Because of this, Sophie was unable to trust Dr. Miro, but Vivian wanted to ask him for help. Her trust in Dr. Miro increased when a new movie was shown on the screen. She gets encouraged and asks Dr. Miro for help, but it backfires as he discovers that she has not been taking her vitamins. He gives her a condensed vaccine. In reality, however, he drugged her.
Sophia tells Vivian that they need to get cards from the guards, but since she is drugged, she gets carried away and shows her anger, which Ava notices. Once they are alone, Sophie tells Vivian about Alex and how he touches the girls at night. It turns out Alex has been doing it to other girls as well. Sophie reveals to Vivian her plans to strangle Alex and steal his keycard. She couldn't continue since an assembly was called. Ava reported to Miss Brixel that Vivian displayed unclean behavior, which caused her to be locked in a box. In Miss Brixel's office, it was revealed that she and Dr. Miro run this business together. Eventually, they start fighting because of their troubles running the business, especially since they were associated with dangerous people. During the night, Vivian stays in the locked box, while Sophie continues with her plan to strangle Alex and steal his keycard. However, Sophie was captured before she could proceed with the plan. The next day, both Miss Brixel and Dr. Miro told everyone at the assembly that Sophia had betrayed them. Dr. Miro angrily announces that she had stolen an item and knows that she has left it somewhere. To instill fear, they randomly chose Rita to be punished and announced that they would be doing this every day until the item was returned. That night, despite being drugged, Vivian urgently searches for the keycard that she found behind her headboard. However, this keycard had been deactivated, so she uses it to unscrew the door instead. While she was in the hallway, she made a noise that alerted Miss Brixel. She prepares an injection with a sedative to disarm whoever was making the noise. However, Vivian attacks her and injects her instead. Vivian quickly finds Sophie downstairs and frees her. While wandering around to find scissors to free Sophia, they enter a room full of medical paraphernalia and body bags. When they search the room, they uncover a body bag with Rita inside. Her face was skinned. Both of them ran upstairs filled with fear, but with different intentions. Vivian wanted to escape alone, but Sophie couldn't just leave everyone behind. Vivian longingly looks outside as Sophie proposes a compromise. For Vivian to wait for her as she tries to rescue as many girls with her as she can. Sophie went to all the rooms to gather them, while Vivian headed downstairs. She discovers the advertisement, revealing that this place is a clinic that offers beauty augmentation services. Furthermore, she discovers that all these years, they were being taken care of in order to have their faces harvested and surgically transplanted into rich sponsors who wanted to look young. Sick to her stomach, she drags Ms. Brixel in front of the girls where Sophie is having a hard time convincing them to join their escape. When she reveals the truth, the girls are horrified, but they believe her. The girls immediately escape, which triggers an alarm. During the escape, Sophia gets caught, but Vivian helps her and accidentally pushes the guard, and he dies. The altercation resulted in Sophia being stabbed, so Vivian immediately helps her run when more guards pursue them. They hide inside a contained shed where guards couldn't reach them. Dr. Miro appears and tries to convince Vivian to come back. He preaches about how he saved them and the rest of the girls from poverty and their parents who sold them. He keeps begging her, but she couldn't care less. She smiles at Dr. Miro as she wounds her face
and watches him become miserable over the fact that he cannot profit from her face anymore. As a result, Dr. Miro was dragged by the security guards to meet the mastermind behind this operation. Moments later, a gunshot was heard, presumably the shot that killed Dr. Miro. The next morning, police barged inside the shed and identified the two as survivors. They step outside and see sunlight for the first time in their lives as a downpour trickles through their face. Finally free, they hold each other's hands. With this, the movie ends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more movie recaps. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.